This anime was completely freaking psycho. That's it. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'll have to read the story. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I'll still read the story anyways. If it was really that bad, I wouldn't review it. Okay, so it says, after moving into the quiet town of Hinamizawa, Maebara Keiichi spends his days blissfully in school, often playing games with his local friends. However, appearances can be deceiving. One fateful day, Keiichi stumbles upon news of a murder that had occurred in Hinamizawa. From this point on, horrific events unfold in front of Keiichi. Lysoon learns his close friends may not be as they seem. Based on this amateur mystery game, by the 7th expansion, the story is told in a series of different scenarios. Yeah, so basically what's going on is it's all kinds of different versions of what's happening, because it always happens during the Cotton Drifting Festival, and it always happens during that same exact thing pretty much. So, yeah. That's all I have to say for the story. Now the genre was basically comedy, mystery, drama, horror, psychological, and thriller. So, yeah. Okay, so the characters. Keiichi, the main character, well, of course, there's 6 different main characters, I'd say. Then there's Mion, Shion, Rena, Rika, and Satoko. And then people who were like showing up. One that showed up in every single one is Detective Oishi. One of the worst characters, I'd probably say, because I wouldn't say that he's like the best character ever, because he's not. I just never found him that interesting with the show. And then there's also I don't know. Well, there's more characters, but some of their names aren't coming to mind right now. Well, there's also Satoshi, which was Satoko's brother, who apparently transferred, but who didn't really transfer. Because the thing about it was, he actually left Hinamizawa because of the curse of Oyashiro. So, yeah, that's basically all about that's all I pretty much have to say about the characters. So, since this one is different because it has different sagas, I decided to do a thing about the sagas. Like what they were about. Okay, I can only remember like 2 of their names, pretty much. 2 of the names of the sagas. Okay, the first one was Spirited Away by the Demon because it had to do with the curse of Oyashiro, like the main thing about it that had to do with their curse. And then there was also one where during the Cotton Drifting Festival where they all met Shion. Shion and Keiichi and these 2 other people that I didn't remember their names and with the characters. So yeah, those 4 snuck into the shrine and saw a bunch of torture tools, and then you see what's going on there. So yeah. And then the third one where Satoko all of a sudden remembers Satoshi and considers Keiichi her nini, which is what Satoko called Satoshi all the time. So yeah, that's basically what that has to do with. Then time wasting, which is only one with 2 parts, which was basically kind of confusing because time traveling to me and all that kind of stuff gets confusing very quickly. So that one, the only main character that it had was basically just Rika. And then the fifth was like the second one but different. And that one started to get confusing because I was getting confused with Mion and Shion all of a sudden. So yeah, and then it actually shows Satoshi and it actually has Satoshi talking, and it actually shows him more often in it. So then there is the last one, which has 6 parts and takes place of the rest of the series, which is, I forgot the name of it. Okay, so it's basically more about Rena killing 2 people, which was Rena that she killed. Yeah, there was a person named Rena on there, who has a name very close to Rena's name. Okay, so she kills her, and apparently Satoko's uncle, who apparently was supposed to die in part 3, but then apparently Keiichi was going psycho or something and didn't kill him. So yeah, because her uncle was abusing her, so yeah. Okay, so now the opening and ending music, slash what was showing, apparently. Well, the opening song was basically just showing what basically just tried to fit the show without showing any guys in it. And basically just showing Mion, Shion, Rena, Rika, and Satoshi. No, I didn't mean Satoshi. I meant Satoko. And so, it was just showing them and doing all kinds of other creepy shit. And doing all kinds of other random stuff that is creepy. And also, I have no idea what else to say. But it was still a good opening. Now the ending. Let me think about it before I say there's no people in it. Yeah, there's no people in it. The one thing that has to do with the show that it shows is the hatchet going up. Because apparently Rena had a hatchet, and it had to do with how she killed the one person, Satoko's uncle, in the one thing in the 6th story. So yeah, and then the music for it. The music in the first opening is better than the opening than it was in the ending. Now this was an anime that I actually watched in 2 weeks. I started it last week, then ended it this week. So yeah. Okay, now for the rest of this video, I'd have to say that really, I'd say that if you want to watch this anime, you'd have to probably watch something that fits in with horror rather than this. Because this anime was one that I thought about quitting it, but then I didn't want to quit it, really. But then, what actually tried to brighten the show more up is the comedy that it had in it. Yes, it did have comedy, even though how freaking dark the show was. It really did have some comedy. Basically, the first episode, and then when the second saga first started, the episodes to that was actually pretty much a comedy. But it's not all of the start things that have comedy. I mean, the sixth one, yeah, that had some comedy. But rather than that, the rest of them didn't have much comedy, really. But if you want to watch an anime like this after you watch this, basically, if you are going to watch it, that is, I'd probably suggest something that is horror if you want to watch something that's horror, basically. And I'd say one that is pretty much horror that you should watch if you want to watch something like this. I'd suggest something like The Future Diary, or something like maybe High School of the Dead, or Elfen Lied, one of those three. I know I said that I didn't like Elfen Lied, but I really am going to try it to review it. So, yeah. And then, if you want to watch something that is kind of like this, but isn't scary in any way possible, I'd suggest probably Lucky Star, because for some reason the characters actually reminded me of Lucky Star characters. I have no idea why. But yeah, if you really want to watch this anime, I'd suggest this anime if you want to watch a horror anime. Most people like this anime, some people do not, because of this anime being as brutal and psycho and fucked up as it is. So anyway, bye. Oh wait, okay, I give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, bye.